Good afternoon to everybody. Where I'm coming from, we do say normally that's the graveyard session, and so I do hope that I can make it very interesting for you, even when you've heard a lot of different presentations over the day. So the topic of this presentation is changing needs of the business and the entry into the cloud. Because you've heard the cloud topic today 1,000 times, I guess, or even more, and I think the expression of HANA is not really far away. So my intention is more to look into a practical side, because you're all steering different businesses, different companies, in maybe different subsidiaries over the world. So therefore, I'd like to give you a first idea, or you already have, how can you step into the cloud world by just comparing to the customer situations we are faced day per day, and why do our customers decide to step into the cloud. So just to give you a short overview about NTT and NTT Data, we are quite a lot of people, like SAP, around 60,000, and in several subsidiaries around the world in 35 countries. And therefore, the topic of cloud is present for NTT Data really from a global aspect. From APAC side, we are in several countries as well, because on one hand, you need to be global to really gather the information and to support the customers globally. But on the other hand, you do need the local business, you do need the local people, because at the end, the consulting business we are doing is something where you step into the building of the customer, you talk to them, you get their business needs, you get their demands, and you transform them into the cloud solution. So therefore, with more than 800 people in the APAC region, we are quite happy to bring all these wonderful solutions SAP is providing us as an S&P partner to our customers. Here in Malaysia, in detail, we are more than 200 people in these different main areas, and I'd just like to show you that not only the guys with the long noses like I am are working with you day per day, but really the local guys can support your daily demand. In general, we were SAP channel partner for quite a long time. So all these things you see here, we do for a lot of years now, and I think we are quite successful in doing that. But what I'd like to show you is, when you look at that slide, you will definitely know some of these technologies because you're already running them by yourself. And I think, in general, it is quite necessary to know that especially the topic of hybrid is the situation we are faced in with our normal so-called installed base customers on one hand. But on the other hand, we do meet a lot of prospects. They do not know these wonderful SAP products for years, for decades. So these customers do not even know sometimes that SAP has cloud offering, because they don't know SAP that well. So we just bring these solutions to them, and the topics they discuss with us are really totally different, because they are in a hybrid world, but with several different solutions. They are searching for integration about a classical ERP, which is also provided in the cloud with SAP Business by Design by SAP. So coming back to that point, I think just pick one or two out of this bunch, and then think about a global scale, especially in that it is quite necessary to support a global business or a growing business. For this growing business, and especially for the hybrid model, we are quite well prepared with our data center. In addition to the data center, SAP is providing with their cloud services. So sometimes if a customer has already a PI environment, he likes to connect to the cloud world or to the on-premise world, to somebody he bought, or a company he bought. He likes to connect that, and especially in that case, it's more or less a complex topic we discuss with the customer. It's on one hand software as a service, of course. We heard a lot of topics today. Then it's the platform. Then we talk about infrastructure as well as communication as a service. And the N from NTT Data is obviously standing for Nippon, and then telephone and telegraph. So we are also a telco provider, so we ask for these topics. And especially combine all these things is one of our strengths. But coming back to the global trends, what do we really see? Okay, we are from SAP side and NTT Data side, the technicians, we love our tools. We love our technical toys day per day. And we are so proud to come to the customer and say, hey, we've got product A, B, C up to Z. And the customer is sitting there and do not understand a word, because we have to turn that around and ask for his demand. Sometimes, and that is, I guess, quite interesting discussion, a lot of our customers do not exactly know their demand. They do not really know where they can get the benefit from. So I will get to this point a little bit later on, especially under the area of success factors. And coming back to the customer doesn't care if there is HANA underneath, if there is a platform. He just want to get the service. And as we heard a little bit earlier, I'm pretty sure as well that the expression of cloud will be gone into at least 3 years' time. Why? Because the customer doesn't care about technology and their toys and tools. They just think about which service do I need in which country. And I don't need it in 6 months because I don't want to implement it. I want just the usage of it. I just want to click it on. No installation, just want to click it on and use it right away. And what is quite interesting for us, especially for our consultants, our customers do not really want long projects with customization anymore. And this is another aspect. We were so proud because we were able to customize a system over years if the customer was paying for that. But the customers don't want that anymore. And that's more or less the consumerization of business processes, because having something which is there, just to use it, and not to use it in one country, to use it globally in the same way. It must be simple, must be easy to handle, and this is exactly the benefit the customers are searching for. Then the next thing is the fluctuation. If you create a subsidiary, normally the subsidiary is not created in the next street. It's created somewhere around the world. And especially when you look into the market of the United States, or if you look to the European market, they all watch what is going on in Asia. And some of them already did that step to establish a subsidiary here. Some are thinking about that. Even in very conservative branches like machinery, like mechanical engineering in total. And in that case, they are faced to a situation they do not exactly know, because the fluctuation is really business risk. And most of the time, these customers do have very, very huge developed ERP system, hopefully from SAP. But if they try to bring this quite complex and high sophisticated, sometimes over-engineered, SAP ERP on-premise system to the subsidiary, in that case Asia, China, Vietnam, wherever, nobody can use it, nobody can understand it. And if the people are changing because they are earning $1 more on the opposite side of the street, they will not be there tomorrow. So simplicity reduces the risk of our customers in that case. And that's quite important. Coming over to these different solutions, we heard a lot, and the breakout sessions already gave you an input and an overview about the functionalities. When we started with the topic of success factors, first of all, we had the same concerns like you probably have. Our data, is it really working? Do we trust ourselves? Yes, we have to. So the decision was done quite easy because we know SAP, we know in that case success factors, so we stepped into that, and we let's call it, we drink our own champagne. We set up different teams in different areas, so as in APAC, in EMEA, and in the US, to implement different components of success factors in different waves, because these different waves, which started in these areas, led to the situation that we were really able to combine these different experiences from wave to wave. So at the end, we were all in one platform, which is success factors in that case, and we were really proud and happy to learn from the others, because over that, we learned to do the consulting for our customers, and we could tell our customers in which way we learned and how we like to transport this information to them. Then I just landed one picture from SAP directly, which is the scenario from the SAP Cloud Suite, in that case Business by Design. But I wanted to add not only by design in that case, it's also the topic of line of business solutions. This is the situation our customers are facing most of the time. They've got that ERP system at home in their headquarters, and they are fearing the situation to roll it out because it will take too much time. And doing a rollout over 6 months' time, which is okay, but not as fast as the customer needed to, because there are 10, 20 rollouts waiting. And if you do a kickoff session with all the country and you're telling the last one in the last row, you will be the next in 2 or 3 years' time, he will fall asleep because he knows that doesn't really affect and doesn't support his business. So coming back to this situation, you need exactly define what is the demand of the subsidiary, what is exactly the business case, and where do you want to use the cloud solution. And most of our customers are rising businesses, first of all, by a normal sales representative office with 2 or 3 people, not more. And the decision they took is not to bring a huge complex system to them, but bringing just an easy software to them, in that case Cloud for Sales, just to assure that they do have all the information, they can steer all the processes, you can support them whenever it's needed, because if you rise a new company there, they do know more or less nothing from your business, because the people are local most of the time. Perhaps you can support them with a headquarter guy or as a trainer, but at the end they have to do the local business. And especially in that case, it's quite necessary to build line of business solutions which can then be enriched by more line of business solutions. Perhaps at the end you will end up with a completely suite like Business by Design, or if the business is growing and you need the complexity, you just take SAP ERP and you change it then. So it's more or less a parallel implementation. Then coming over to Ariba. Our customers, and they are more or less mid-sized companies, they were asking us, Ariba is only a tool for big companies. And we told them, yes, big companies are using Ariba to simplify their own administration, to guarantee processes. But you, as a small, mid-sized enterprise, you are able to get connected. You get connected over Ariba, because if a small company is invoicing, and just one little mistake will happen, And we all do know that an invoice could have a little mistake. Then you get it back, and your payment terms are gone, because you can send another invoice, and the payment terms are added as well, so you don't get your money. And this could affect a small business very hard. So if you want to deal with the big ones, Ariba could be one of the really big options for your daily business. Then coming over to money, the money topic of travel. I'd like to tell you one story. We had a first meeting with a prospect, with a huge one, and we were addressing cloud. What does that mean for them? And they were asking us, okay, there's an interesting component, it's travel. And we said, okay, we can do a presentation for you. We just bring in some consultants and we do the presentation. And the CFO of this company told me, hey guys, are you in the cloud or not? He said, obviously we are in the cloud. What is the question? And he told me, okay, when you're in the cloud, show me that now, because cloud is available all the time. I want to see it. So I started the presentation. I was very glad that I had the URL and the user login for our presentation system. And I haven't done a travel booking by my own, to be honest, to that point of time. And I told them, okay, I haven't done that by my own, but we are in the cloud, it's easy. And I was very, very glad that there was this little picture called guided procedure. So I clicked on that. First of all, you have to do this, and then you have to do that. And I stepped step per step through this booking. And after that, the customer really was convinced that cloud is simplicity, and if this simplicity will be brought to his own employees, he can really easily steer the process, and he is safe. And we're not talking about mobility at that time. But then I gave the iPad in his hand. I was lucky that I got it back, because he didn't want to give it over. These are the stories we are seeing day per day, and this is making cloud solutions really in a practical, operational topic for our customers in the processes. Coming over to customer, I can tell you a 1,000 stories about this wonderful SAP Cloud for Customer. Why? Because it's a combination out of different things. And I'd like to tell you one story. My salespeople are always telling me the same, especially when we come to the end of the quarter. I do believe that this opportunity is coming. And when I'm asking them, why are you believing? Oh, it's in my stomach. But I can't calculate the stomach. Because if the opportunity list is so long, I can trust him or not. So I do need a long relationship if I do really know this guy is telling me the truth, and this guy is sometimes hiding anything in the back, but he's coming up with that again. So how can you really track that? How can you support that? And you know the situation when an opportunity where nearly everything is done, then sometimes a little management attention with a prospect helps to get over the line. And in that case, Cloud for Sales is really helping me in my business. Why? The opportunity list is just telling me, hey, there has been no action for the last, let's say, four weeks. And if there is an opportunity, my sales rep is telling me it's coming in that quarter and there's no activity for 4 weeks. I can hardly believe that. So I'm asking him, hey, this has gone red. That there's a little traffic light on it and it's red. What's going on there? Is there no next meeting? Is there no topic to discuss? And then they say, I don't know what I shall do now. I send out the offer. Everything is set. They have to decide. And that's the point where I can jump in and say, okay, let's bring a little bit of management attention. Let's meet the CFO, the CEO, whoever. It will make sense. And then the employee, my sales rep, is not feeling controlled. He's feeling supported. And that's the big thing with that solution. Next topic of social. Most of our customers do not really know about social tools. Why? When they think of social tools, they are Facebook, LinkedIn, stop. They don't know what to do with it. But when I ask them, what about your brand? Oh yes, we've got a big brand, a global brand, a local brand, a special brand, whatever. But every company want to have a brand. Well, a lot of them have, okay. How long did it take you to build that brand? Oh, we are here for decades or ages. How long will it last to destroy it? And then there's a big question mark on the customer. And I'm asking them, your products are sold to consumers. These consumers are sometimes happy with your product, some of them maybe not. And the consumers which are not happy grew up in a world of social collaboration, of social platforms, and then they just write down somewhere in Facebook or wherever, I don't like this product because it broke after I used it once, I used it twice. The color changed. It didn't do what it should do. You can take care about this information or you can't. But I'm sure we are in a world where we should respect the feedback, because it is a feedback, a product-related feedback to your own products. And if you will have the chance to gather the internet over this wonderful tool and get this information in an automatical way directly to your service organization, they can react. And they can say, okay, it broke. It's a warranty topic, you get a new one. Then everybody sees in the internet that you care for your customers, you care for your products, and you can really support this situation. Then, with Business by Design, we've got a whole suite. I was just talking about different positions to start. Our installed base customers, they do already have solutions, integrated solutions, most of the time on-premise, and they do need these line of business solutions. But there are also a lot of customers we can find out there which do not have SAP products in place right at the moment. And they are interesting in the discussion, because most of the time we just step into the situation with one topic, CRM or whatever. And they were asking us, okay, can you do financials for us as well? And we add another line of business solution. And at the end, we end up at the whole suite. And they fearing the suite topic a little bit. Why? Because it's the backbone of the company. If you put it out and put another in, they don't feel happy because it's a project, it's a risk. So what we are going to tell our prospects in that case, think about line of business solutions, but start with the suite. You can also use CRM in that. You can start with the financial part, or you can use it as a subsidiary solution as well. And then there is an interesting situation coming up with our installed base customers, because they were telling us, okay, I want to do a rollout to somewhere, and there is no official localization done by SAP so far, because doing the localization for SAP is quite a big topic, with all the translation of the documentation, with all the user interfaces and so on. But our customers are telling us, hey, that's not a problem at all. We don't need the documentation, because our people are able to read English. They are able to use the normal user interface in English, because it's the general language of our company anyway. So in that case, we are doing a so-called light localization for our customers, because we are mainly focusing on the financial, the legal staff of the different country. So it's not really a big topic for us anymore to do the localization to enrich these things. And we are also in a cooperation with SAP, that SAP is planning to maintain these localization we did, because we are very close to SAP in that case and to our customers, to really support them. And in total, we realized 5 different countries, and our customers are quite happy with that. So I just want to show you some examples of our customers. Like Matchcode. Matchcode is quite a medium enterprise business with around 100 employees, but with a lot of different countries they are operating in. And in that case, if they want to do a proper, transparent, and opaque business, they need a cloud solution, because they are traveling all the time. They are most of the time also working for SAP and for others, and organizing exhibitions and conferences and summits like that. Then Plastone AG, the Plastone Group, is quite an interesting case, because they didn't want to do a rollout, because they said, okay, we want to do an implementation in parallel in Switzerland, which is in Europe, and in China. And on that aspect, we really wanted, and we really had the chance to do the implementation on one platform with a separated consultant at the same time. And they chose Business by Design in that case, because they were pretty sure that their processes are supported quite well. Then Roland Berger is one of our most interesting customers, because we did several localizations for them, just like Sweden and Czech Republic, and others are already coming. And they are operating in 35 different countries with around 50 offices. And especially in that case, they are doing a consulting business. They needed that mobility topic. They needed the automation in the upgrades. They needed all these special processes in project management to steer their business. And together with them and together with SAP, we create these localizations. So at the end, we will be live in all these countries in about the next 18 months, in all these countries. Then I was talking about hybrid model. Hybrid model means we had an existing customer with an installed base of SAP ERP, and they are working in a very creative branch. They do media presentations and commercials. And we stepped into that customer, and they refused to use SAP ERP, because all these guys had Apple MacBooks, and they didn't accept the surface and the user interface of ERP anymore. So under that, we stepped into this customer also with a cloud solution, in that case by design, and they accepted that, because at the end, the customer and the user must accept the solution and must be supported to really make it happen. And 23 legal entities got this solution, and it's combined to SAP ERP in a hybrid scenario, and they are quite happy with that. Coming back to the final slide, I hope I had the chance to give you some practical ideas which you can take to your home and think about your own processes, and under a global but also under a local aspect, we would be happy to support your business together with SAP. Of course, our topic today is cloud computing, so we are aligned with all these wonderful cloud products of SAP. And if there is anything in addition you'd like to do, there are some complementary services we can also offer. So thank you very much for your attention, and think about cloud, think about the business, and think about your demand, and I'm pretty sure we will find a way to cover that. Thank you very much.